Hi, this is Pastor Bob Cook, pastor of the Greencastle Presbyterian Church, and this is Faithbreak for Thursday, March 9th. My iPhone will tell me how much screen time that I use each day. And sometimes it's embarrassing. I don't know if you're a phone, maybe you have an Android, it does the same thing. iPhones all do. I also use a laptop for work, the work that I do, and there are times that if I have a little free time, I'll use an iPad, I'll listen to some news, I'll look at things. I'll probably go on Facebook, that kind of thing. We do that. But then there's times I just have to log off, that I just have to put it all away and be done with electronic screens, at least for a time. And I ask myself, do I spend more time with electronic screens, whether it's your iPhone, iPad, computer, whatever, than I spend nurturing my own spiritual life, spending time with God? Well, my iPhone tells me I do. Maybe yours will too. Now, as far as screen time goes, it's not how much time you're putting in. It's actually what you're looking at that matters. And you have to ask, will all that scrolling that you do really make you happier, wiser, more informed, more at peace? Probably not. So there's times you just have to log off. And Lent is that time when logging off is really something that is a good thing to do. It's part of our daily discipline. And I think that that's not that hard. One of the things that I do, of course, I'll use the Psalms. Now, I've always loved Psalm 84. I remember, and this is more than 45 years ago, an elderly man from Guyana who sang this psalm, and it just captured me that man had spent a lot of time in God's presence. And so that psalm has always become my favorite. And when I need to just log off, spend time in God's presence, I go to Psalm 84. I'll read it for you. How lovely is your dwelling place, O Lord God Almighty. My soul yearns, even faints, for the courts of the Lord. My heart and my flesh cry out for the living God. Even a sparrow has found a home, and a swallow a nest for herself, where she may have her young, a place near your altar. O Lord Almighty, my King and my God, blessed are those who dwell in your house. They are ever praising you. Blessed are those whose strength is in you, who set their hearts on pilgrimage. As they pass through the valley of tears, they make it a place of springs. The autumn rains also cover it with pools, and they go from strength to strength till each appears before God in Zion. Hear my prayer, O Lord God Almighty. Listen to me, O God of Jacob. Look upon our shield, O God. Look on favor with your anointed one. For better is a day in your courts than 1,000 anywhere else. I would rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than dwell in the tents of wickedness. For the Lord God is a sun and a shield. The Lord bestows strength and favor. No good thing will God uphold from those who walk as blameless. The Lord God, O Lord God, blessed is the one who trusts in you. So that's a psalm that you can just kind of use a lot of imagery. You can imagine sitting in the temple, seeing the courts of God, the altar of God, seeing sparrows flying around and the chirping of birds. And then you just kind of rest. You kind of bask in that presence. And basking in God's presence, I think, is really a key to our own mental and spiritual health. The psalmist in the psalm is basking in God's presence. He's freed from all other concerns to be open to an entirely different realm, the realm of the Spirit. Now, the last section of the psalm actually has a way of showing the difference basking in God's presence makes in the psalmist's daily life. He's making resolves to do justly, to love mercy, to walk humbly with our God. Now, no one's asking you to just severely cut all your ties to the internet. They're not asking you to do that, but you would consider, and you would do well to consider, just logging off and spending some time in God's presence. When you need to go back, you can go back. Well, that's Faith Break for today. I hope you'll take a little break, maybe use that song, maybe another one. Spend some time basking in God's presence. Have a great day. This is Pastor Bob Cook.